I mean, I'm, yes, he's not charged, and yeah, he's not guilty. But I'm just saying, for the simple fact that he got so much on his jacket. He got so much on his jacket. I called before. I'm from Chicago,
Mm.
and it's been plenty of times where I'm walking with my cousin or my uncle. They like, hey, watch out for him, dude, the killer. Like I've never seen him kill. But people like, oh, dude, the killer. Watch out for him, bro. Watch out for him. So when enough people come to a general consensus of who you are, and that's on your jacket, I think you gotta wear that jacket. And also, he sold his Revolt shares. And two, if you guilty, if you guilty, you're not gonna run away. You're not gonna leave the country if you're guilty. If somebody accused you of that, I don't think
Give me
that.
1 second, caller. Can you give me 1 second?
Yep, yep.
Hey, Rita, can you give me a pen and paper, please? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, now you good. So, I don't think, what I'm saying, you would, sell all of your shares of your Revolt TV during these times. Like, it just really looks bad. You feel me? It looks very bad on Diddy. And again, if you look at the lawsuit with Cassie, they said he was given a cocaine, marijuana, amphetamine. She had to go get go get induced with IVs at the hospital. So it's like, would you settle out if someone accused you? Now, maybe if your lawyer say, hey, it's economically better to settle out even though you're not wrong. So I do get that. He probably settled out because it's like, I'd rather just settle out than go through a long drawn out court proceeding and have to pay more than what I'm settling for. So
I think I got a
I'm
pen.
not. I'm not saying he's guilty, but I'm saying it is a bad look if you know if you can understand that.
So first of all, he did not sell his revolt shares. He was
Okay,
forced into selling his revolt shares.
for sure.
Well, first of all, as far as what I know, he didn't sell his revolt shares. He was forced to step down as the optics, as the chairman, and as the person that was the head of the company. Okay. So I don't know where you
Okay,
got that information from. I could be wrong about that. But as far as I know, he wasn't forced to sell anything, but he was absolutely forced to step down in his position as like the leader of the company. All right.
hmm
So can we agree on that?
well, according to the Billboard, Diddy sells Revolt Steak TV. This news comes a day after the federal agents reportedly raided the
Oh, this is new
embattled
news.
music mogul. Yeah, so he sold it 3/26, 2024. So the
Okay, I
optics
got you.
just looks
So this
bad.
is literally 7 hours ago that this came out. I wasn't aware of that.
hmm
All right, so I got you. All right. So that's a completely different conversation. I haven't had time to research that. But to speak to your other point, right? I don't think that it's a one-to-one comparison when you're talking about because I believe that we move in a goalpost. The conversation that you having is based off of what people think about Diddy, right?
No,
Okay.
I haven't brought up people. I've brought up things that
Well, people
he's
are
been going.
Cassie.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Cassie made an accusation. Listen, you got to remember this. This is the thing that we got to take into consideration. Number one, I don't agree with Diddy. I think that that's the common misconception here is that I don't
Mhm.
stand with him based off of who he is from a character perspective. I think that he nasty. I think that I'm, he let motherfuckers fuck his girl. Like, that's wild shit, okay? Nobody is standing with Diddy. What I'm saying is that every single one of these people didn't file criminal charges. They never went to the police. They never reported anything. What they did was they filed a lawsuit for money.
Mhm.
A lawsuit for money. That don't mean nothing.
Yeah, it does mean something. It does mean something, but it doesn't matter if they did it for money if it's true.
But they
Two things can
never
be right at
proved
the
any
same
of it to
time.
be true.
Well, yeah, well, yeah. If you could prove it, if you could prove it to be true, and I think litigations need to be had in order to prove that it's true, and that might not happen because he's in a whole other country. But I'm just saying, like,
No, 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 no,
um,
no.
Go
She
ahead,
settled for money.
Cassie.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
how do we then prove something is true when there's been A, no admission of guilt, and B, she took the money?
Right. But again, but that's why I made the point before, Anton, that it it doesn't vilify him that he is guilty because his lawyer could have said, "Hey, you know what? Hey, it'll be cheaper to settle out than go through the whole
But
system of
there's
court."
been no criminal complaints.
No, no, no. No. I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. So there is no way of knowing if you settle. There is no way of knowing if you settle.
Why
You
don't we
don't know.
hold on, here's my question in this whole thing. When did we stop questioning the person that's actually filing the lawsuits also? Do you think that these people, the ones that are filing the lawsuits, because listen, we talking about Diddy's reputation, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we don't pull into question the people that's actually going for the money grab either. Do we look at these people that file these lawsuits and say, yeah, you know what? We rock with them. That makes sense. They're innocent in this whole thing. This isn't a cash grab. This is because they really want justice. Do we look at this from the other perspective, or do we just by default say that, you know what? I got you. That makes sense.
I think what's happening is it's possibly true, and they also want to get a money bag too, a money grab, which is kind of bogus. Which is bogus. It is. If it happened, you should have reported it instantly. But I just think in this culture right now, I'm not saying I agree with it, bro. But I'm just saying in this culture, they like, look, yeah, he sodomized me, yeah, he might have touched me, but you know what? I want to get the economic incentive with it too.
You know what?
So
Somebody
that's
said
what I think.
something. Somebody said something in the chat. They said,
Mm-hmm.
why did he settle if it wasn't true? How come you're not turning that question around and saying, why did she settle if she wanted justice? Because
Because
people settle for a lot of reasons.
I think she went with her economic interests. Like I think most
Exactly.
people, yeah, yeah. I think she went with her. I think. Listen, money. Listen, my brother, his mama went to his family and was gossiping his business, and he had a talk with his mama like, "Mom, why you out there telling my business? You bogus. I'm a secretive person. You know I'm a low key person." The woman sent him $400. He said, "Bro, my mama never sent me money." And guess what? He said what he said to his mama. He took the $400. He like, you know what? She made it right though. So, because they had the conversation, they came to a mutual understanding, and she compensated him. Money make things right, especially when you broke and you ain't got shit. Money make things right. You feel me? I know you might not understand that, but money make things
Ma, I
right.
don't understand it. You act like I was born in the money.
Oh, okay. No, no, no. I know you went. I know your story, bro. I know your story. I know your story. But I'm just saying. I don't know. I got a preconceived notion of people who might have had money a long time have a different thought. Not on no
I'm
hating
just
shit.
I'm just
Not on no hating
amazed that
shit.
y'all let reputation determine whether or not somebody is innocent or guilty. That's
What do you mean by
honestly, I'm
reputation,
just
sir?
I'm amazed that men are having this conversation with me today. I'm from all of the stuff that we've seen and guys getting falsely accused. Every single day, guys get out of jail based off of the Innocence Project. Every day, men are being released every day, and a lot of these guys have reputations in the streets when they was accused of whatever crime they got accused of. Every day, men get accused of things that they did not do in order for somebody to take advantage of it. And we're sitting here having a conversation based off of optics? Optics? Now, yeah, of
Let's
course I agree with the idea that you should be above board and present yourself a certain type of way. 100%. That goes without saying. That's why I tell guys to have big discipline. But at the same time, that does not absolve people from being able to accuse you of something that you didn't do. That's why we have our day in court.
Okay,
Optics.
cool.
Listen, every guy that is called up here today, has made an argument based off of optics. That's crazy to me.
Okay. But all right. Let me say this. With the new news that I just dropped on you about him selling the shares.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Let's forget the optics of other people. Let's just look at Diddy. Hypothetically speaking, if you have the ability to place yourself in Diddy's shoes, would have took a private jet out of the country to a country that
To the
doesn't have any.
Bahamas,
Wait, hold on. To a country that doesn't have an what's it, expedite expedition laws.
extradition
Would you?
laws.
Yeah. Would you would have took that if you was going through something like this? Would you would have left, or would you would have fought it in court? That's a
Well,
better question.
listen. This is what is being said, according to the news, that the trip
Mm-hmm.
was already planned with his kids for spring break. That he had no idea that he was about to be raided, and so when he got raided, he was already at the Clearport, about to go on spring break with his children. So I'm trying to understand how you correlate that with running. If he didn't even know that a raid was coming, but he got his kids on a plane in order to go to the Bahamas, I'm trying to understand how you conflate the two.
Oh, so his kids was with him besides the ones
Yes.
that got detained.
According to the news, they was going on spring break.
So wait, so he had some kids with him and some kids had got detained. Are you saying he had
Well,
some
not
kids
the
with him?
grown kids. You do realize that Diddy has young kids, right?
That's why I'm differentiating. That's why I'm asking you: did he have some with him and some that were detained? Because I didn't know that information either. I didn't know that. You put me on to something because I did
From
wonder
what I
why he.
showed on the news today on the Millionaire Morning Show,
Mm-hmm.
that's what the news said.
Okay, cool. Well, I mean, I was at work. I had you on the headphones when I was listening to you, so I couldn't really. But again, man, listen, I'm far from one of them people who say you're guilty just because you're a man. I don't follow no feminist movement or nothing, but I'm just saying.
No, 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 no.
Sometimes, bro,
Listen,
you
let,
got.
let me
Go
let me
ahead,
give
go ahead,
some
go ahead.
insight
For
on
sure.
the big kids. The grown kids were the ones that got detained. We're talking
Mm-hmm.
about spring break. He has younger kids. Unless the news got some different type of information, that's what's being presented.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So let me ask you: would you would
All
have
I can
sold
go
your
by is what the
shares?
news is presenting.
Okay, cool. So would you would have sold your shares during this
Yeah,
during
if I
this
need the money, I'm gonna sell my shares. Hell yeah.
okay. I mean, again, I ain't totally against that.
Why,
He finna
listen,
go
why
through
would he
hell,
be
so he might have
running?
to.
Why would he be running and he didn't get arrested? He wasn't arrested.
Well, if he was arrested, he wouldn't be able to run. But again,
No, no,
the
no, no,
trip, like you
no.
said, the
When
trip.
they met him at the airport, they still let him fly wherever he wanted to fly. He didn't run. He's still free to
No,
go anywhere he want to go inside of the world. They didn't revoke his passports. They didn't stop him. They didn't arrest him. He's
I
still
did
free to go
read.
wherever you want to go. I'm still trying to
Wait, hold
understand
on,
where the
hold,
correlation is.
hold on. Wait a minute, Anton. I did read, my brother, that he is restricted to the Caribbean. I read that. I'm not lying. I read that.
Where did you
He's
see that
restricted.
at? Let me pull it up.
Let me see. Let me just do a Google search. Diddy constricted to Caribbean.
Because the lawyer just responded. I'm gonna read the report from the lawyer. Hold on. This is what his lawyer's statement says. All
Okay.
right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm gonna read. Actually, I'm gonna present it on the screen too, just so people
Bet
don't
for
think that
sure.
I'm capping. Give me a second. Let me pull it up. This is called according to NBC Los Angeles. All right.
Yep.
Hold on. Now, if I'm wrong, then hold me accountable or hold NBC accountable.
For sure.
Diddy's lawyer said Tuesday that the searches of the rapper's Los Angeles and Miami properties by federal authorities in a sex trafficking investigation were a gross use of military force, that Combs is innocent and will continue to fight to clear his name. It goes on to say that it's the first public statement from the music mogul's team since Monday's raids of his homes by Homeland Security investigations agents. Yesterday, there was a gross overuse of military force and search warrants were executed at Mr. Combs' residences, the statement said, from attorney Aaron Dyer. There is no excuse for the excessive force and hostility exhibited by authorities or the way of his children and employees treated. The searches was a part of an ongoing sex trafficking investigation by federal authorities in New York, two law enforcement officials told the Associated Press. The officials were not authorized to speak publicly to discuss details of the investigation and spoke to the AP on condition of anonymity. It says Combs was not detained and spoke to authorities, and neither he nor family members were arrested, nor has their travel been restricted.
Okay.
So I'm trying to understand where y'all getting this from. Were y'all saying that he's been restricted to an island, or he can't travel anywhere, or his passport has been detained, or he's running? He's not restricted from going anywhere that he wants to go right now. So how is he running if he wasn't arrested and he's not restricted to travel?
Right. No, I mean, again, I'm reading off blog sites just like everyone else, and everyone got their spin on it, and I did read that. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with. This is why I don't really follow with too much mainstream media, because you don't get the truth. You don't, what I'm saying, you don't get the truth. So, I'm in agreement with you. I have no disagreement at that point. I have no disagreement at this point, but sometimes I can't fault people for how the media plays, because this is the media's job to actually run advertisement dollars on stories and get a story to look out. What I'm saying, like how they doing with Candace Owens, making her look like she anti-Semitic. Not trying to change the subject, but people run these op-eds and try to make people look bad. So again, I ain't saying guilty. I ain't saying Diddy guilty. You feel me? Even with the Cassie thing, I never said he was guilty with the Cassie thing, because again, he might have settled because it would have been cheaper than going to court. So